If you are in a space right now in your life where your peace is non-negotiable, okay, if you've hit a plateau at this point in your life where your elevation, your abundance, your peace, your higher self, your all-knowing self is non-negotiable, and you are ready to operate at that frequency. You are ready to shift frequencies to that dimension. Okay, you're ready to operate in that in your day-to-day life. Then you are ready to shift frequencies, and you are in the right place. I feel like what is holding us back, and I say us because I'm a us, right? What is holding us back is not feeling that you are ready for that shift when everything in your life is beginning to point to that. You're constantly getting reminders from the universe. You're constantly getting signs. You're constantly seeing angel numbers. Your life is evolving right in front of your eyes. But your mindset and your nervous system is still stuck in the before. Okay? The shifting frequencies is about understanding that the before no longer exists. Okay? The before no longer exists. It's not about the before. It's not about the what happened. It's not about any of that. It's about where you are in your frequency at this moment, presently. It's all about the presence. And when you are ready to accept that, which your spirit is already to accept it because you found this video, it's your mind's self, okay? The old version of you is kicking in. That person, that voice, that sound, that frequency, that energy that is familiar is what kicks in and prevents you from that elevation, from that growth, from that process. But it's time for you to shift your frequency. And begin in this moment by letting go of the thoughts, the doubts, the fears, what ifs. You have to let that go because it's no longer serving your higher self. It is serving that old familiar self that you all only know. Right? You have to remember you're coming into a frequency that you've never met. That frequency, that person, your higher self, looks different, talks different, dresses different, responds different, moves different. It is at a different frequency. So nothing will feel familiar about that person you're becoming. Nothing will feel the same. It will feel different, and it should. You're supposed to feel different because you are shifting into another frequency. As they say, you are shifting timelines. So in that timeline, while things may appear out of your front eye as the same, please understand, and your third eye, it's completely fucking different. So let go, release the doubts. How do I do that? How do I release the doubt? Okay? Every single day, be intentional about how you begin your day. Okay? Because your brain is naturally going to go back to what's familiar. Especially your nervous system is going to remind you that if this is different, we need to adjust to what is normal, to what is familiar, before something happens. It's a natural mechanism that's in our body that causes us to shift back into the familiar. It's our nervous system trying to keep us safe. But what we want to do is we want to get out of that safe zone of familiarity and shift into a frequency of unfamiliarity where you are operating almost in the unknown. So every day be intentional about what are you thinking? What are your thoughts? How are you beginning your day? It starts there. It's not this big change that you have to do immediately. And that's another thing that stops people from shifting into that place, into that person they want to be. They think that it's supposed to be this grand magical boom thing happen, and it doesn't work like that. It starts with intentional thought. Everything starts in your mind. Okay? Not the mind that you think with when you're just in autopilot, okay? It's the mind that creates everything, your creative mind, okay? Your spirit that tells you all the things that you just don't fucking listen to. But be very intentional. Every single day that you wake up out of bed, what intentions do you have for yourself? Start there. Start now. You can start that right now. If you already woke, okay? Because If you're like me, I'm a Taurus, Leo, okay? Leo moon, Taurus rising. And I have to be very literal. Like, you can't just tell me some shit. I have to be extremely fucking literal with what I'm pulling into my mind, into my thoughts, into my understanding. So if you are not laying down or getting up out of bed, or you know what I'm saying, like if you have already started your day, you can start right here. Shift your frequency in this exact moment as you're listening to this video. I plan to be intentional. I am intentional moving forward, and set your intentions on what you want it to feel like, what it should feel like, and what it is. Because our minds create what is.